Hey, happy Monday, everyone. We hope everyone out there had a fantastic weekend. It was beautiful here on the East Coast. We had some fantastic weather. But of course, that devastating tornado that hit in the Midwest there, those four states, just devastating. They've lost so many people. So our prayers go out to all the families who have lost loved ones and to that whole area. Hopefully they will stay strong and they will rebuild.
He's giving me power, all power, all power.
So this weekend I was invited to a fantastic event called the Harlem Fashion Week Kickoff event, and it was fantastic. They had fashion show, they had a panel discussion, and they had people from all walks in the fashion world. And I really, really enjoyed it. I know the owner of this particular Harlem Fashion Week event. She has been doing this now for 5 or 6 years. Her and her daughter are partners, and they do a fantastic job. They bring people from all walks of life in fashion together, and they create this event. So at the event, I met a very inspiring gentleman. This gentleman has a company, a fantastic company, and as you can see behind me, this is his packaging, which I thought was fantastic. And I went out and I bought some beautiful, beautiful socks from him. Beautiful quality socks. I love the socks. I love the symbols on the socks, and he gives you the history of that. And of course, I cornered him and said, "Man, I have to interview you for my show." And he said, "Okay, no problem." So I was able to interview him, and I think you will be motivated and inspired just like I was. So let's take a look. Sorry, hey, this is CLM II for With Power, and I'm here with an entrepreneur extraordinaire. As you know, I continue my series on, I feel everyone out there should definitely go out there and start their own business. And I happened to go to the Harlem Fashion Week event, and I seen this brother and was so impressed with him. As you can see behind me here, I have his merchandise. I bought it from him. I bought myself a Christmas gift, some beautiful merchandise. I bought some nice socks here and beautiful bags, and he's quality. It's just quality. So I cornered him, and I insisted that he do this show for me, and you know what? He came through. He came through like a champ. So I just want to introduce to you guys Agyeman. Agyeman, how are you today, brother?
Oh, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, good evening, good, whatever it is globally, good day. I am doing well. It's such an awesome privilege to be talking to you today, Clifford. I'm really honored to be here today. And for all the viewers, thank you so much for tuning in as well and joining us on this live session. Thank
you, man. So you know what? Let's start from the beginning. One, I want you to, as if I was a customer, I want you to give me what you gave me last night. For all your new customers, you give them the history and of Ghana. I thought it was just fantastic. So let's treat my audience like they're new customers and give them what you gave me last night.
Well, so yeah, Clifford, again, my company name is Adinkra Republic. The Adinkra symbols originate from Ghana, West Africa, and they go as far back as 1876. It was invented by a gentleman by the name of Kofi Adinkra, who is part of the royal family of the Ashanti Kingdom. They were invented as a way of conveying wisdom and also different proverbs based on how they felt in different symbols. So their secret way of talking and communicating was through the Adinkra symbols. And they were designed for the royal family of the Ashanti Kingdom. It was only worn by the royals back then. That's how they distinguish who was royal and who was not. And then in 1957, after Ghana gained its independence under Kwame Nkrumah, the symbols were then released by the government to the general public. The original of these symbols are actually housed in the Buckingham Palace in London in the UK. But if you go to Ghana, the symbols are prevalent in every historic building, in parliaments, in government buildings, in schools, as a way of a reminder of our culture and what we have and what we've come to actually live on, and the importance of the symbols. So, for example, a school may have a symbol that reflects education on the school. The parliament may have a symbol that reflects on their values, the belief of God. For me, growing up, it was always one of those things where my grandmother, we grew up in a palace, and my grandmother would always sit me down. I'll always see her getting ready to go to events like weddings, engagement ceremonies, and stuff like that. And I will always ask her, Grandma, what are these symbols? Why do you always wear these symbols anytime you go into a special occasion? And she kind of educated me through the symbols and the significance of these symbols. For me, it was really an eye-opener after working in corporate for almost 11 years, and wearing a suit and tie all the time. I felt like, you know what, I was really abandoning my culture. You know how it is. When you step in a corporate place, you have to wear a suit and tie all the time, Monday through Friday, even on Saturdays, sometimes we go to different events and galas. And I didn't have anything to really represent my culture, my heritage, the Black excellence that had been embedded in me. So I decided to start off with the socks because the feet takes the most beating, and as men, we don't have a lot of accessories. One of the things that we really have that really stands us out is the socks. Like my grandmother will always say, to impress a woman, the first thing you have to do is make sure your shoes are right and your socks are right. So I took these symbols that were really cultured and embedded in me, and I put them on socks to really inspire people to promote education, and most of all, to really be a great philanthropist to our community. As we do a lot of giving back initiatives, we're able to give back to the communities and stuff like that, and also raise awareness around so many different things as well. So that's how the vision came about, and that's how I started the brand.
Fantastic, man. And that was great that you tell your customers, that history. I mean, I know I was highly impressed by listening to you when you recited that history and the symbol of those symbols, which beautiful. I got these beautiful socks from him, and as you can see, they have symbols on them. Fantastic, looks great. Just beautiful, and the quality is outstanding. So let's go back to in your history, and when did you decide to start your own business? What happened? Because you was talking about corporate America, so I'm assuming that you went to school and you worked for someone else, and then you decided to start your own business. When did all that happen? Give us a little history of yourself.
So I started, I graduated from the University of Albany in New York. I've always been a New Yorker. I grew up in the tri-state area. And then after my undergrad, I did computer science and a second degree in finance. I went on to do my MBA in corporate finance and investment banking. I've always been an entrepreneur. I knew it was embedded in me. I always knew that I've always been a creative person. I always like to create different things, even at work. I like to create and also re-innovate things. I always like to ask questions, and I also like to find solutions to many things. So I always knew that I had something in me. My first company that I started, which is still running right now, is a consulting firm called the Autism Group. And we basically find talent in Africa and, different businesses, small individuals who have great talent. We're able to curate that business and bring that business to the Western world to provide them funding and also to help them expand. That was the first of the businesses that I started after my MBA. And at some point, I realized that I needed to connect to my roots, to my culture. I did a reflection of the Sankofa, which is looking back at your past and realizing your roots. And that's why my logo is a Sankofa. And also part of my logo, it says that design for royals. It's a tagline. So you see the Sankofa bird with a little crown to remind you that you are part of the royal clan. Every Black person, I believe, is part of a royal. They are connected somehow to some kind of hierarchy and also to some kind of royal family. And if you really dig deep, you will understand what I mean. So it was a reflection, and I decided to start that initiative. I have other initiatives as well, but I think it's through my experience in corporate, being humble and understanding the craftsmanship of customer experience, understanding what it means to produce something that is of great quality, not just quantity. And for a long time, it's been the notion that anything Black was not good. And I really wanted to change that narrative. And every time I read my tagline, Design for Royals, it really helps me change that narrative, because anything royal, as you can imagine, is rich, it's quality, and it's long lasting.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you were saying that you actually are you're kind of spread out throughout, I guess, New York and beyond. Just tell us how many different places where people can find your store.
Wow. Well, right now we are in New York. We are in several stores in New York. We also have a location of 437 in Broadway, where we house our stuff. We have a partnership with Shop Local Designers New York. We have Find Your ID NYC, who also hold our products as well. Beyond New York, we also have some vendors in Atlanta as well. So if you are in that area, you can always pick up our stuff from that area. In Virginia, we also have some vendors. Outside of those, we are in 6 different countries. We are in South Africa, we are in Ghana, we are in England, we are also in France as well, and expanding to Italy. It keeps growing, and it's only by the grace of God that I've been privileged enough to have so many people of influence actually take advantage of some of my stuff. Nice. So yeah, we are growing, and we want to continue to grow.
No, you're going to continue to grow, man. I mean, I'm so impressed. Now, you know what's so interesting? I don't know if you noticed it last night, because you were very, very impressive last night. But you were the only male vendor at the event last night. So, I run a young men's program at my college. I'm always pushing to get our Black and brown men to do more, and especially become entrepreneurs. From what you've seen last night, and I guess throughout your travels, do you see a lack of male presence in these spaces?
It's so funny you brought something to my attention, because this is something that I've also asked myself multiple times. And I think, women have always been entrepreneurs. Even going back to my grandmother, she always sold things on the side, even though she had a regular job. And it's because they are very, they are always looking for ways to make things happen. I think one of the things that I'm noticing is that now more than ever before, because of the fact that in history, predominantly a lot of African-American women were having a very tough time in the corporate space. Anytime they were very outspoken, they called them the angry Black women. We've heard that terminology multiple times.
Yes.
So for most Black women, it's the beginning of a new era, where they have used social media. The rise of social media have created a space whereby you don't need a storefront, you don't need a lot of capital, you don't need brick and mortar. You can actually create a space for yourself wherever you are. And I think in general, that historic fact of women not being accepted in the corporate place have always been intimidating, and have motivated them to start more businesses. Mm-hmm. I think even with Black men, most of the time when I see Blacks in business, it's normally something merchandise as well. And we are coming. It's a long way for us. If you look at the stats, Blacks have been the leading front in business ownership in the year 2019, 2020, and also 2021, right? Which is outstanding. And we are beginning to realize that, the economic power within our communities is bigger than any other community. And we are beginning to change the image of how we look at ourselves. Just like hip hop, when it started, it wasn't accepted in the mainstream. It took our communities to really accept it before it became a mainstream. So as we accept ourselves and embrace our own, it would encourage others to also join. And that is really going to create that platform, the global platform, which is already started. But I always go on to say that this is the best time to start a business as a Black person. There's no other greater time. There's so much potential out there, that there's so much resources out there that will help you. You don't need much. Growing up, we used to go to the libraries. Now you don't have to anymore. Right. You can sit right in your living room and be able to get so much information and learn from other people, just messaging people on DM, So I really want to encourage your brothers out there who are thinking about starting. Just start. Sometimes it's just start. You don't even need to open a business account. Sometimes you can have what is called a sole proprietorship to start your business, and slowly but surely you will see yourself. Just start. I always tell people, just start. Whatever it is what you want to do, just start. Yes. And you will learn as you get along. Rome was not built overnight, like my grandmother will always tell me. He says you have to walk baby steps, and you have to learn through those baby steps, and it will make you a better person, because when you learn big in the beginning, you also feel big. So it's okay to start small. So when your mistakes are made, they are not costing you too much to fix.
That makes a lot of sense, man. So start small and your errors will be small. Okay.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. I love what you just said, just get it started. I know, in my young entrepreneurial days, I started off in the music world, and I had all this music, and then I needed someone to come and tell me, you got all this music, but you're not putting it out. So just put it out there. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. So just put it out there. So another thing that impressed me about you and your business is that you give back. You give donations to charities. When did that start? And I just think that's a great concept, because it tells me that you're not all about just you and just accumulating, that you're willing to give back. When did all that start? And name some of the foundations and the organizations that you've given back to because of your sales.
Well, and again, I think even my business is always giving. Anytime somebody comes to my table, I'm not a name brand like Gucci, Louis Vuitton. It's really the person just supporting my vision. They are supporting my dream. So I've always remembered that. The African proverb says that who that climbs a good tree is always pushed by many. So when you climb a good tree, you are always pushed by many, so you can climb upwards. And in so doing, as people push you, you also push people. And the way that I do that is several ways. Right now, when you purchase our products, we give 10% of our proceeds to children with autism. When my son was born, that's when I actually came up with the vision, because I realized that autism is very prevalent in our African American and also minority communities. However, it's really not talked about enough, and people are not educated on it enough. Mental health is a very serious thing in our community. Most of the police brutalities and stuff like that took place, the underlying issue, and also Black men being locked in jail, the underlying issue most of the time is mental health, because they weren't diagnosed at an early age. So for me, I realized that there was a gap, there was a space for somebody to talk about it and also create that awareness. So I make my socks very colorful to match the spectrum in autism. As you know, autism have different colors and different spectrum, different variations and different variations within the spectrum, depending on the severity. So I created these socks to really, to number one, promote the agenda, especially in Africa, where autism is seen as something more of a, spiritual curse. And also kids are stoned to death. When most of these kids are realized that they are autistic, they stone them to death because they believe that it's a curse. So I created this to inspire. We partner with several organizations such as Alexa Miranda, such as American Autism Association, to really create a space where we can actually talk a story, we can tell a story and also educate people about the importance of early detection and also early intervention programs that they have out there, ABA programs. In addition to that, just about 2 years ago, my mom was actually diagnosed with breast cancer, the early stage of breast cancer, and it really opened my eye to understand that, wow, there's a community out there who really need help, especially in the minority communities. There's not a lot of resources, and even if there is, there's not a lot of education around it for women to go out there and do an early checkup and all those things. It's through those programs that really helped my mom detect it very early. So I was very thankful for that. And through that initiative, through that experience, I was actually able to initiate in the month of every year, in the month of October, we give 100% of our pink socks proceeds to women with breast cancer. This year, we were able to give to the Breast Cancer International in Ghana, West Africa. We give them a good lump sum of all our proceeds to support their initiative and also help women detect early, and the importance of detection, early detection. It saves 90% of the lives of women who go through the breast cancer. So everything that I do is inspired by an experience. I think those experiences sometimes are very tough. And I believe that God takes you through these experiences so you can be a blessing to somebody else. In every situation that you go through, always find the brighter side of it and come out and be a great inspiration for somebody else who's going through it. And for me, having this platform have given me the ability and also the resource to be able to help people who I need that perhaps I wouldn't have even thought about had I not had this platform. So I think the vision is bigger than me, and that's why it keeps growing, and it grows beyond even me. You know, sometimes it just blows my mind when somebody sends me a note just to say thank you because you inspire me through your socks, through the quotes, through every little thing on there. And it's just amazing. I'm very thankful.
Now you're doing a great, that's great, inspirational, motivational thinking. And, I just appreciated even yesterday when you made the announcement to everybody that, hey, we give back 10% and we give 100%. That was just fantastic. So I guess the last thing that I just want you to talk about really, really quickly is your expansion, because you talk a lot about your socks, but on your table yesterday, you had a bunch of other merchandise. I think you said today you're wearing some of your merchandise. So just let the folks know what other stuff that they can get from your company. And then we're going to just end up with you just giving out your information on where people can reach you. Because I did go to your website. It looks great.
Right.
So it's fantastic.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. All right. So again, we started off with the socks. I believe I started off with 16 socks when I first started. And within a year and a half, we expanded over to 96 different variations in socks. Wow. Right now, we have about 96 different collections on our website. So it wouldn't be hard for you to find one that fits your need. If it is, please tell me and I'll create one for you. Then as the demand grew, we realized that there was a need for people to take, this really came about as I was in corporate space. I realized that I needed something of my heritage, as I mentioned earlier on, something of my culture, something really inspirational, something that I can wear that somebody will ask me a question and it will lead me to talk about who I am and where I'm from. So I created these gift sets here right in time last year for the holiday season. It consists of the tie, the bow tie, the pocket square, the lapel pin, the face mask, and also the cufflinks as well, and also the tie clip. And it comes nicely packaged right in time for the holiday season, so people can actually purchase it right on the website. We have 7 different variations in those ones as well. Every one of them have a meaning. It also comes with a matching socks as well. And yesterday I didn't have all the collections, so you didn't get to see them, but this is the green with the matching socks that matches as well. So you can actually, and also the meaning of these socks are also, the symbols are also engraved in the tab as well as on the back as well. So you never forget what the meanings are. Then we also have our line handbags. We have the ladies bag. Again, we wanted to do something of great quality. So if you look inside of the bag, it's also designed with the Adinkra symbols as well. I know my pen is a little blurry, so it's hard for you guys to see it, but it has all the Adinkra symbols on there. We use the best quality leather. Again, reminding myself that it's designed for royals. We want to use the best quality leather. This is the duffel bag, as you can see here. It has the tag on there, so you can put your nameplate anytime you're traveling, so your stuff come back. And this is for the corporate. I wanted to create this for myself, but then I got a lot of buzz around it, so I made it more of a merchandise for everyone. This is the one for the corporate bag. It's a laptop bag. Everything can fit in there. It's really portable, it's durable, and it takes you everywhere you want to go. So far, those are the things that we have. We are also working in partnership with a movie actor in Ghana, whose name is Bambika. We are coming up with an underwear and also men's and women's underwear collection, and that is coming out this year. Before Valentine's Day, that collection should be out. It's really all about having fun and creating a space, for our people where we can actually wear our own, where we can support our own, and also a place where we feel comfortable going. This is just not about me. I have a corporate job. This is really to encourage you out there, whether you are a student in classroom right now, feeling a little discouraged, it's okay. It's part of the journey. Just do what you have to do and get out of that classroom. Because once you are out of that classroom, you realize that the world ahead of you is more than this little time that you spent in the classroom. So learn what you can, and always drive yourself, push yourself. I always say, a lazy feet never makes it anywhere, right? So you have to get up, even when you are tired, push yourself. Even when you are discouraged, when you post, Don't look at how many likes you get. Look at how many views you got. Because the fact that somebody did not like it does not mean that they didn't like your product. The fact that they viewed it means that they will go back and later on will come back and purchase it. So don't be discouraged. Always encourage yourself. I remember when I had my first follower on Instagram. Oh my, I would never forget. I truly saw that somebody believed in my product. That was the first motivation. I had 3 followers, and I followed everybody else, and I had 3 followers. Can you imagine? And today it's the opposite, right? I have over 60,000 followers on my Instagram, organic followers, and every one of them is my friend. I've met them on shows. I've had a chance to talk to them just like you. It's just great when I go out and meet people and talk to them. That's my biggest fun. That's the stuff that I love to do, because it's just not a product. It's an education, right? It's really to educate people about the symbols, the meanings of the symbols. This is something that we have. If we don't take advantage of it, one day another company will come, like a Gucci, take the symbols and put a Gucci on there and will sell it to us for thousands and thousands of dollars. I felt that I had to do it and take advantage of that really quickly, and keep it within our own. We've done so many things as Black and not really gotten the credit that we need in our communities. And I think it's time for us to really take on. There are so many talented people in that room yesterday. I was just blown away. Blacks are so creative. I always say that. We are so colorful. We are so much fun. And I just love our culture. I love our people. We are so innovative. Let me just put it to you that way, right? And so many things that we have created. If you look at the Walmart symbol, it's one of the Adinkra symbols.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Anansi. Anansi is basically the symbol of wisdom. If you look at Target, it's one of the Adinkra symbols. That's the Adinkra Hene. It's the symbol of leadership and charisma. If you go on your iPhone and you look at your photo gallery, that's the symbol of creativity. They wanted to create a space where you can actually go in there and create your own stuff. The symbols are prevalent anywhere. If you look at Black Panther, the movie, you have the wawaba. Wawaba grows in the northern part of Ghana. It's one of the symbols. And it's a seed that grows in the northern part of Ghana. It will last for 150 years in the desert. And it's a symbol of toughness, perseverance, and also hardness, right? And these symbols are everywhere. The most important thing is for you to realize when you see it, and it's through education, and that's what I want to do for all of us. Our young kids may not necessarily be able to wear our authentic African stuff to their workplace, but one thing that they can wear is their Adinkra symbols through their accessories every day and still feel like they belong in the workplace. So that's the space that I created for every person who's just like me in the workplace. You can finally wear your own culture and walk in confidence and be able to go to work every day.
Well, there you have it, folks. I say no more. We're gonna drop the mic right there. Agyeman, you were fantastic. I can already feel my pockets starting to empty into your company, because I got the green socks. I didn't see the green kit yesterday, but
I know I didn't have it yesterday.
Yeah, but you know what? I can already feel me getting that overnight bag. I like the bag with you put your laptop and stuff in. It just all looks great, man. So I'm definitely support you. I want to say to anyone who's watching this video, you definitely want to support a gentleman like this. Not only has he done well for himself, but he's giving back to others. And as you can hear, he's an educator. So he's giving back to those people out there who are kind of on the fence. And as he says, just get started. So I'm going to put all of his information, of course, in the description. I'm going to put all his information on the screen. You'll be able to see where to go for his website. And then you'll be able to see, is it okay to give out your email?
Yes, it is okay to give out the email. That's my personal email, so you can reach me directly.
Okay, so I'm going to give out his email. I'm going to give out in his website. Agyeman, thanks a lot, man. We're going to stay in touch, brother, because you did a fantastic job, and I'll probably bring you back on just to talk about some other things about entrepreneurship, because
definitely, it's such a privilege. I really appreciate it, Clifford. And also for your audience, right now, if you go on my website, we have a lot of great promotion, including free shipping. So you can take advantage of the free shipping from now until the 31st of December. We're actually offering free shipping. We have a lot of Black Friday discounts still on the website for you to take advantage of. When you buy 3, you get 1 free. We have all those things going on. So don't feel shy. Go on there, tell your friends about it as well. And let's build this empire together as well. Thank you very much. It's been a great time talking to you.
Well, there you have it. Agyeman is doing some great things. He's very motivating. He's very inspiring. I was just so impressed with him, and I can already feel my pockets getting empty as I will go out and buy some of his other merchandise. I mean, he has a great carry-on bag. He has a great bag for your laptop and all your other things. He has the bow ties and the ties and the clips, and I wear all that stuff. So I think I'm gonna go, and I'm definitely gonna patronize him. You too may want to go and hit his website. You see the information is on the screen. Information is in the description. You can always email him. He's doing some fantastic work, and what's really impressive is that he gives back. He gives back to autism cause, and he gives back to breast cancer, which was really, really inspiring. And what I loved about him is that he's very motivating. And as he says to all you out there who are watching this and you're still on the fence about starting your own business, just get started. Don't hesitate, don't wait. There's no perfect time, no perfect moment. Just go out there and just get started, all right? As we know, the sisters are out there and they're making it happen. They're starting businesses at the fastest rate on earth right now. They're starting businesses so greatly. And brothers, we need for you to go out there and partner with the sisters, help the sisters out, work with the sisters so that we can be a team, a cultural team, and we can create wealth within our community. So let's just get started, all right? That's fantastic. If you like the content, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give me a like. It was fantastic. Let's make sure that we go out there and we go to my website, download the free ebook, 21 money-making businesses you can start in 2021 and beyond, right? As we know, we only have 3 weeks left for 2021. So you want to start thinking about what you want to do in 2022 and beyond. And as Agyeman said, just get started. You have nothing to lose. So just make it happen. All right, that's it for this week. And as you know, as I always say, I will see you next time.